Welcome to Perspectives of Change, where we are dedicated to exploring how to nudge change forward by understanding and valuing multiple perspectives. I'm your host, Sarika Kharbanda, and today we have a very special series of upcoming podcasts where I'm interviewing lean change facilitators on their personal journey with change and specifically lean change. And to start with, today I have a very special guest on the show, Ken Rickard. Hey, Ken.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great.
And where are you dialing in from, Ken?
Oh, home, around the Jacksonville, Florida area.
Nice. How's the weather there today?
Actually pretty good. It's no rain, that's great. But yeah, sunny. You can see sunny. I'm at the beach, come on.
Of course, yeah, I forgot. It's a great picture. So for our listeners who are not looking at our video right now, so yeah, he's got a good backdrop of a beach and some, pretty nice layout there. So thanks for sharing that, Ken. So, so Ken, let's pretty much start with your introduction. I know you, but I don't want to introduce you. So it'll be great to hear you introduce yourself.
Yeah, well, as I already said, I live in the Jacksonville, Florida area in the United States. I've been in IT for a really long time in a lot of different roles, but change has started to become more of the thing that I've gotten into recently, and I actually really love it. I don't think I knew that I enjoyed it as much as I did until about the past 2 years or so. But yeah, it's definitely a passion of mine.
And since you've been on this change journey, I think I'd love to know where has been your first encounter with change? Where in your life, where in your journey? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, I would probably go with probably a little bit in my personal life, maybe. I've known my wife since we were in 6th grade. Well, I guess actually she's a year older than me. I don't know if I should say that, but so I was in 6th grade. So we were probably around 11 or 12 or so. And so if you're going to build a successful relationship for that long, I think you got to kind of understand change and be able to sense and respond to other folks and that are close to you in your personal life. And so that change, the ability to handle those things, I think has translated fairly well over into my change life on the work and business side. So yeah, I think that's probably the first bit. And then, I guess if fast forward into a time when I was probably halfway through my career so far, I've been a 21, 22 year career so far. And I think I had been at a company that I was in a management position and we were going through some things, and I wasn't always making the best decisions as a manager who was introducing change into the environment. And I think that's probably my first kind of recollection of when I had a moment with change. Yeah.
Interesting. Wonder what those kind of decisions might be, but okay, let's not dive into that.
Yeah, I don't want to incriminate myself too much here, but yeah, they, just applying change to folks in my way, in the way I thought was best in a manager position, where didn't necessarily ask the people that were going to be impacted by that change exactly what they thought.
Mm-hmm. So here's my thought that comes out from what you just shared. This is more or less broadly, change in general. Now, when we narrow it down to where you are today, you are a lean change facilitator. So I'm curious, what triggered you to be on this journey of lean change?
Well, mistakes and learning from those mistakes are obviously a good thing. So even if I've been at times a horrible manager in the past or a horrible coworker, I've also been a great coworker, I think, over those years too, and learning from my own mistakes. And I think it's those mistakes that I made and seeing those mistakes in other folks, or just not having the knowledge of understanding how to take a human-centric approach to change. When you're in a leadership position, I think is what has been the driver for me behind trying to get other people to recognize that how they respond to change, how they meet that change in their environment with their folks that are going to be impacted by it is really kind of what motivates me to eventually find lean change management and then ultimately become a facilitator to try to help other folks.
Really nice. Some key points that you brought out there, right? Human-centric approach and responding to change and not just reacting to it. So, yeah.
Things that I did not know in the past that I wish I had.
For sure. but I guess it's a journey, right? So yeah.
Right.
I also understand, and I did take a quick peep into your LinkedIn profile too, and your LinkedIn profile on the website. I also understand that you are an IC Agile instructor for the courses with the Lean Change Management Association, and this is specifically the ICP CAT, which stands for Coaching Agile Transitions, as I understand.
Yeah.
Would you like to share something on that too?
Sure. Yeah. Recent addition to my teaching licenses, but I think the thing I really like about it is that the IC Agile course for coaching Agile transitions really gives you the pieces that I had been lacking in the past, even with a 12-year career in Agile and Scrum. Those things don't tell you how to go about introducing change into the environment. They do lay out some specifics about things that should be done, some actions that should be taken, some behaviors that would help. Scrum even goes as far as to defining rules and events and artifacts and those kind of things, and the rules that are specified within the Scrum guide itself. But it doesn't say anything in there as to how you should go about introducing those things into your environment with your teams, with the leadership that has some level of governance within that organization. So to me, that's where lean change management and the practices that are there, and also then expanded upon with IC Agile and their focus on coaching really comes into play to give you the extra pieces, the practices, the things that are practical that you can take back and apply immediately to your situation to help folks through change from a human-centric position. I think that's really what's been key to me.
Brilliant. That's a real cool piece of value add. And listening to your practitioner approach there, I have one last question for you.
Sure.
What's one key practical takeaway or message that you would like to, leave for our listeners and viewers?
Yeah, it'd probably be this quote that I've been kind of formulating recently, which is when change is the constant, how we respond becomes the variable. So I think that's, just as people, change is always going to be there. It really comes down to how we respond to it as to how, what outcomes we're going to ultimately achieve. And I think that's probably one of the most important points we can make.
Very deep. So to all our listeners, this is really good stuff. Thank you so much, Ken, for having the time to be on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it. And for all our listeners, thank you for being our listeners and viewers, and continue to follow us on perspectivesofchange.com. And I will see you at the next podcast. Thank you.